Welcome to Columbia, Maryland, as the Howard Community College men's soccer team will take on the Hagerstown Hawks as the second part of this soccer doubleheader today. We are starting approximately 8 minutes early as there is weather on the way here. And we have kickoff as the Howard Dragons in their white uniforms with the red stripes and the gold numbers are going to be going towards the goal on the left side of your screen. Hagerstown in the black jerseys with the white numbers are going to the right side of your screen. Dragons come into this game with a 4-2 record. They were on a 3-game winning streak before a heartbreaking overtime 2-1 loss at Montgomery just 3 days earlier. For Hagerstown, rough start to the season. They are 0-6-1, having lost their last 5 games in a row. They also played their last game against Montgomery College and lost 11-0. Hagerstown has only scored 4 goals all season long. Howard comes in the game with 18 goals scored, averaging 3 goals a game. Their leading scorer, number 24, Mahmoud Mansour, who plays up front. This ball is crossed in, and that will fall to Leon Denor, number 8. Not easier to see the Hagerstown numbers than the Howard ones. And that will go out for a throw-in. Leon Denor, number 8, just previously mentioned, he is second on the team with 5 goals, followed closely by Minimine Cargo, number 23, with 2 goals, and Michael Fields with 2 goals as well, one of which being the only penalty kick attempt for the Dragons this season. Dragons hurt in the midfield. This is Kerr, who is one of those few midfield players who are still healthy and able to keep playing. Passed over to the side. This is Rays, gives it to Kerr. Kerr switches the field to Denor. Denor cuts to the end line. Crosses the middle, great pass, nobody there. Cleared out by number 5 of the Hawks, Owen Wood. Hagerstown unable to really get a counterattack in. Looks like they're playing a 4-5-1. Not a whole lot up front, with just Bryce Block, the freshman forward out of Clear Spring, Maryland, playing up front, quite isolated. Howard going with their 4-3-3, which they've used all year long. Through ball to Rays, and that will be offsides on the Dragons. Michael Fields, playing left back today, had been playing center back the last couple games, but moved back to his more natural left back position. Ayala and Park in the center, with Alan Cardbow playing in the right back spot. Midfield for Howard, you've got Trevor Kerr. That's Park in the middle. This midfield spot for Howard. That's Raul Castro that's playing center back for Howard, as well as Cardbow in that midfield. At the front line, Carlos Reyes, part-time goalkeeper, part-time forward, playing on the left side of the front 3. Mansour in the center, and Denor on the right. Denor takes on his defender, gets past Vanderpool, crosses it in, shot by Mansour, saved. And Howard will get the first opportunity on goal. Hagerstown goalkeeper number 1, Christian Blazes, has started all 7 games, played every minute in goal for the Hawks, averaging 5.5 goals allowed with a 65% save percentage, allowing 41 goals in those 7 games. In goal for the Dragons to start is Gabriel Viteri. He has started 3 games. He has an 0-1-0 record as Howard has had a 3-man goalkeeper by committee. Viteri has given up 5 goals this season with a 2.08 goals allowed average and a 61% save percentage. And a foul is called against the Hawks. In a good position for the Dragons, as it's a pretty central position. Close enough where you can shoot it for sure. And the Dragons with their signature 4 guys next to the ball as they try to do some of their fancy set plays that they have become quite proficient at throughout the season, scoring numerous set pieces. Denora steps over it. Touched again. Field shot. That shot's blocked. And a good close down by the Hawks. They must have been watching their film. And it looks like the Hagerstown player took that ball to the neck chest area, and he does not look to be enjoying that very much. That was number 2, Tyson Balestri. Maybe even taking it to the face. Trying to wave off the keeper, saying that he's okay. And athletic trainer Tim Happel said, just take a quick break, young gentleman. Let me check you out. And replacing him will be number 15, Brian Gabordzi. And Balestri looks like he's going to be just fine and will look to check back in at the next stoppage of play. So good to see that he will be able to continue in this contest. Given away, Kerr. Pass it over to Mansour. Hard tackle, play on. Kerr picks it back up. Kerr cuts it to the middle and almost knocked into his own net was Cameron Gwinnett. But in the end, it was a good clearance to get it away from the danger area, and Howard will earn a corner kick. If you're the defender, all you have to do is just keep the ball out of the net. Anything else, it's a job well done. And he did just that. This is Fields coming all the way from the left back spot to take this corner kick. Trying to get the dangerous left foot of his to get an in-swinger towards the box. Low line drive corner, and that is blocked away by Vanderpool, and it will be another corner for Howard. Fields will take another crack at it. Plays it short to Denor. Denor from the corner of the box. He'll take a shot. Sails high. And now Balestri will come back into the game. Starting to get a little bit more forecast. Clouds are coming in, getting darker and darker as we are just hoping to be able to get this game in before any of the impending storms make their way to the field. Fields kind of tripped over himself as he tried to pass that up, and it goes out of play for a Hagerstown throw-in. This is Dylan Staley, long throw-in, finds his teammate Berzio, gets it back to Wood, given away, Fields with the interception. Ayala will switch the field to Kamaga. Park with some room in the middle field finds Kerr. Hagerstown with 10 men behind the ball right now. Mansour flicks it to himself under a lot of pressure, is able to keep it on his foot. Still Mansour, and Balestri is there to finally clear the ball out of the danger zone. Mansour almost dribbled through the entire Hawks defense. Kerr looks upfield, Finds Rays in the corner. Closed down quickly, and he gets bumped off the ball. Continues on. Rays into the box. Dishes it off to Cargbo. Cargbo crosses it in, and it is headed out of the danger area again, this time by Elliott Petty. And Howard will earn a third corner kick in the first 10 minutes of the game. Kerr headed in by Cargbo, saved off the line, shot, goal, Dragons! Michael Fields finishes it from close range, and Dragons will take the early 1-0 lead. For Michael Fields, that is his third goal of the season. Not bad for the defender. And in just 11 minutes into the game, Howard strikes first. Kamaga finds Denora on the wing. Back to Kamaga, taken away by Gwinnett. Wood fought for possession, but all he could do was hit it out of play. Kerr checks back to the ball. Park's got room. Howard just showing good patience on their possession. Denor gets it into Cargbo, and a heavy touch gives it away. Poor clearance by Hagerstown. Now it's back to Howard. Berzio and Denor fight over it. Denor takes control. Tried a little give and go. Denor trying to argue that he was bumped off the play. Referee tells him to play on. Hit up towards Block. Block gets control. Passes it across the center line to Meza. Meza back to Block. And Kerr back checks the ball away. Mansour, nice 1-2 move around. Goes for the cross in. Excuse me, that was Rays. Finds Mansour. Kerr tries to switch the field to Denor. Into the box. Cargbo loses control of it, taken away by Balestri. Ayala to Castro. Kerr with space in front of him. He will take it. Passes it through. And a great run by Guanghu Park. But Kerr just could not quite time the run perfectly on the pass. And a foul is called on the Dragons. It was close. It wasn't far away there as the Dragons continue to knock on the door of the Hawks. Berzio looking for a teammate to pass to. Finally gets it to Vanderpool, who just hit it all the way back to his keeper. Blazes. Gets it to his right back, Staley. Dragons throwing good pressure at the top of the line. Blazes. And Hagerstown will be able to pass their way out of the back line. Good job. But Berzio gives it away. Kerr gives it to Cargbo. Cargbo. Park. Mansour tries a shot, blocked away. Dragons try to reset. They'll play it through Kerr. Wind is really picking up. Not a good sign for that weather that we see on the way. Cargbo dribbles through Hagerstown. Still Cargbo cuts it inside. Left-footed shot. And doesn't quite get all of it. Easily saved by Blazes. Fields is able to jump over Meza to hit it first, but Meza wins the second ball. Meza trying to turn the corner on Fields. Meza runs out of area on the sideline, and Dragons will get a throw in. Good pressure by Fields to make it uncomfortable for Meza. Kerr. Well deflected away by Staley. Finds Meza on the wing. Fields. Meza never saw him. Ray's trying to keep it in. Still plays through, and Rays earns the foul. The Hagerstown sideline looking towards the assistant referee for the ball to be out, but referee said ball was on the line, play on. And Howard earns a good spot for a free kick. It will be Oscar Ayala. Sits up on a nice patch of grass and will tee it up. Decides to play it short to Park. Park has some room. Chips into the box. Cargbo with the header! Just wide of the net. And a really well-designed play by the Dragons. Just quite couldn't find the target. And with that, the Dragons will bring in their first substitution of the game. Or maybe not. Referee has decided. I believe the call is that there was offsides on the play, so therefore there's no substitution. Dragons win the ensuing free kick and are right back on the attack. Given away by Denor. Vanderpool finds block. Cargbo gives it to Denor. He's got room to run down the right side. Gets into the box. Denor still gets taken down. And the referee will blow his whistle. He'll point to the spot. This will be a penalty kick for Howard. The speed of Leon Denor just proved too much. And it sounds like Coach Stefan Dragunov has given his forward the opportunity to finish what he started, as he will take this penalty kick. Denor attempting his first PK of the season. And it goes into the goal. Blazes got a big piece of that one. Just could not keep it out of the net. Denor scores for the Dragons. So it doesn't matter how it looks. It's all the same on the scoreboard. And for the Dragons, that is a 2-0 lead early on in this contest. Denor scoring his 6th goal of the season on the penalty kick. Right off the break, Howard again really putting pressure on Hagerstown. They just do not look comfortable in the middle of the field. Hilaris gets it up to Meza. Meza, who has switched over to the left side of the formation for Hagerstown, with Brian Gabordzi taking over on the right side of this 3-man attack at the moment. Hagerstown is going to try to switch the field. Denora puts him under a lot of pressure. Good control by Berzio. Wood gives it away. Alanbekov takes it. Kargbo, through ball, gets it to Alanbekov. He's going to win the foot race. Alanbekov into the box, crosses it in. Balestri with a critical interception. All he can do is get out of the box, but job well done again. Kargbo finds Park, switches the field to Fields. Rays takes it to the corner, left-footed cross to the back post. Alanbekov will try a volley, doesn't quite get all of it. It goes away from the goal. Fight for the second ball. Fields gives it away to Block. Blaze is under a ton of pressure by Denor, and Wood just takes the safe move and heads it out of play. Kerr with time gives it back to Rays. Dragon's a little bit bunched up right now, trying to find space. Kerr decides to put it into the box. Alanbekov gets his head on it under a double coverage, and it goes wide of the net. Blazes hits it to midfield. Once again, Howard first to it, and they will take possession off of the goal kick. Fields will get wide. He's got time. Finds Rays on the sideline. Kerr plays it back to Rays. Rays tries to give it back to Kerr on the through ball, and it will actually deflect off of Rays for a throw-in to Hagerstown. Kerr finds Kamaga. Howard showing good possession under traffic. And Hagerstown once again just forced to sit back and try to react to the Dragons. Dragons are content to just pass it along the defensive line at the moment, looking for the decisive pass to break through the Hagerstown line. Kargbo will play Alanbekov into the corner. He's got room, but is called for the offsides. Third offsides call against the Dragons in the first 23 minutes of this game. Berzio just hits it long without really a specific target that he could hit. Block attempted to try to get to it, just really wasn't that close. Hagerstown showed good possession, trying to pass out of their back line. As this long ball by Alanbekov, it's going to be a foot race. Balestri has the inside position, and he is able to at least get enough of it to block it away, and Blazes scoops up from the danger. Now they try to counter. Staley gets inside. Dragons do a good job of halting that advance. Wood. And he just knocks it off of Park. Staley will switch it over to his left-sided counterpart. Vanderpool. And just dribbled himself right into traffic. Ayala. Kerr has just all the room in the world in the middle of the park. Now he's getting closed down by Gaborzi. Another long ball, this time by Park. Tries to find Alambakov. He is onside this time. First touch towards the goal. Second touch to the end line. Shot! Goal! Kyle Alambakov! And with that, the Dragons will take a 3-0 lead. Dragons do make a sub as Luis Rangal Mora comes in for Fields. As it looked like Fields had some attending to do with the trainer. And a collision between Staley and Mora. And it's going to be a foul called on Staley. Reset quickly. Alambakov to Kamaga. Back to Alambakov. Back to Kamaga. Two-man game on the sideline. Strong sliding tackle. And that is hit out of play by Elliot Petty. Alambakov will try for a low cross. And Blazes just gets there in time with Mora breathing down him. Blazes taking his time. It's a low punt and chested down by Cargbo. Looks like Denor has switched over to the left side of the forward with Mora in the middle, and Reyes misses the target on that pass. Staley, long throw. Block tried to check back for it and ended up getting past both him and Castro. Cargbo plays a through ball in. Balestri able to get it back to Blazes. Mishit the pass and just hit over his own net as Staley. Dangerous play, but it was effective in the end. Howard will get another corner kick. Alambakov. Corner kick is hit away by Balestri. Back to Howard. Knocked out of play by Gwinnett. High cross. Kerr tries a bicycle kick. Got good contact on it, and Mora was right there, but he was in an offsides position. So Kerr actually got good contact in that ambitious bicycle attempt. Given away again by Hagerstown. Park slides it to Kerr. Kerr. Mora fights with Berzio for it. Berzio comes out on top. He tries to slide it through and cut out by Castro. Block had room to run onto it if that ball got through. Now it's going back the other way. Cargbo. Alambakov making a run through the middle. Cargbo found him, at least with his eyes, but not with the pass. Balestri gives it away. Cargbo cuts it out. Slide tackle by Balestri, not effective in taking the ball off the foot of of Park. And now it is Hagerstown. They will be able to clear. Berzio kind of stumbles over the ball, but he is able to get it back to his teammate. Hagerstown will try to reset. Given away again. This time it's Kamaga. And a foul is called against Berzio. Howard with another good opportunity from a set piece. This is Trevor Kerr. High arching free kick towards the back post. Mora hits it back towards the goal, knocked away by Balestri. And Howard with yet another corner kick. Alabakov puts it right in the middle of the box, hits the shoulder of Mora. Berzio just punched the ball straight up in the air. And the referee has pointed to the penalty spot again. It looked like Mora was going up for the ball and might have had his feet just cut out from under him. I believe that was Elliot Petty who just undercut him on that play. And the Dragons will get their second penalty kick opportunity of the game. This time it will be Cargbo who's given the opportunity to take it. Cargbo lines it up. Goes for the bottom right corner, and for the second time, Blazes gets a big piece of that, but cannot keep it out. Dragons score a second. Minabine Kagura Cargbo scores his his third goal of the season on the penalty kick. And the Dragons will take a fourth goal onto the scoreboard. Howard ahead 4-0. Cargbo. Dragons almost score a fifth as Mora just hit that wide, and Hagerstown gets it away from the danger area. Kerr under pressure. Given away now. Can Hagerstown counterattack? And Castro once again just flies up from his defensive line position and cuts out any opportunity for the counter. Ayala finds Kamaga. Long ball up for Gabordzi. And a great job by Rays to block him away from the ball. Just 10 minutes left in the first half. Howard with a commanding 4-0 lead. As Dragons goalkeeper Gabriel Viteri has yet to even touch the ball in this contest. Alanbakov down the right side. Gets past his defender again. He'll take a shot just wide of the net. And since checking into the game, Kyle Alanbakov has just been a menace to this Hagerstown Hawks defense. Kerr picks it up in the midfield again. Kerr chips it up to Mora. He chests it down, heads it to himself. Can't get the shot off. Slides over to Denor. Collision between a couple players, and Mora is called for the foul as he ran over Balestri on the play. One-two play. Kamaga gives up to Kerr. And once again, Hagerstown, with all their players basically on the defensive line together. Alamikov runs past them all. Shot! Goal! Kyle Alamikov does it again! And give credit to Park for a perfect through ball that just checked up for Alanbakov to run onto. He scores his second in the game, and Howard now leads 5-0. So with the first half going entirely in Howard's direction, they will bring in a sub as Anald Mayamba takes the place of Luis Rangal Mora. Given away again. This is Kerr. Kerr will take a shot. Saved by Blazes, who read that one nicely. Castro to Park. Howard content to pretty much just pass their way through the rest of this first half, it looks like. Poor pass given away, but Block gives it right back. Now it's Kerr trying to catch Hagerstown off guard. Kerr passes it around the defender to himself. Trevor Kerr in on goal, saved by Blazes. And a nice kick save from the Hagerstown goalkeeper as Kerr was behind everyone in a black shirt. Now that's Howard's turn to give it away, but a great play by Carlos Reyes to read the play and slide tackled away. Hagerstown keeps control. Block. Dribbles backwards to his midfield line. Blocks. Tries to switch the play, but it goes right to Mayamba. Mayamba just pulls it back safely. Dragons will be right back here in just 48 hours as they will take on Anne Arundel Community College this Thursday, starting at 4 p.m. Dragons so far in Region 20 Division 2 play are 3-0. That's the record that really matters as we get closer and closer to postseason, is that Howard Dragons are really hunting possibly for that #1 seed to have the tournament go through Columbia. This year, all postseason games during the regional tournament will be played at the higher seed. So if the Dragons do finish with the #1 seed, they get to play home games throughout the regional tournament, with Region 20 getting an automatic bid into the national tournament. That is definitely going to be a key part. Park dribbles around the goalkeeper, crosses it to the middle, and that will deflect off of Staley and will be a corner kick for Howard. Of course, in order to do that, they will have to find a way to get past the ever-dangerous CCBC Essex Knights, currently ranked #1 in the NJCA Division 2. That game will be played at Essex on May 15th, with all eyes in the region to that game. Dragons still have a number of key contests before that, obviously, with CCBC Catonsville coming a week from today, also being a big factor in the regional tournament seeding. Rays goes for the long through ball, and Cargbo couldn't quite read the trajectory of that one. If the Dragons do find a way to win the regional tournament, they will head to Wichita, Kansas for the national tournament. And Cargbo is caught off sides on the pass from Kerr. Given away, Alambakov. Back to Cargbo. Misses that pass, but given away again. Vanderpool trying to just get rid of it. Berzio. Back to Vanderpool. And Meza will just hit it up to Block, who is once again just isolated up top, trying to hold up possession, getting very little service to work with for the forward. Cargbo dribbles around his man. Cargbo places it for the corner and hits off the crossbar. A great turn opened up the space for him to take the shot, and he tried to just place a curled shot into the top corner just a little bit too high. Fields uncontested header at the middle of the field. And Howard once again will go at Hagerstown. Just 90 seconds left in this first half. Fields to Park. Diving header by Balestri to get it out of the danger zone. Gaborzi gives it away again. Hagerstown just cannot get out of their own half at the moment. Pass back. It's going to be stolen by Cargbo. Shot towards the goal. Saved off the line by Balestri. Shot by Mayumbo. That's going to be blocked. And Hagerstown once again will find a way to escape the danger. Given away, Cargbo tries to turn, and a foul is called on Cargbo as Petty was thrown down to the ground. And the final seconds will tick away. And with that, the first half has ended. Howard Community College in control, up 5-0. We'll take a break and be back with the first half stats and second half action after this intermission. Second half underway here in Columbia, Maryland. The Howard Community College Dragons ahead 5-0 on the Hagerstown Hawks. And the Storms are coming. We're just hoping to get to the magic number of 70 minutes played in order to make this an official game. That means we need to get 25 minutes into this second half for it to be considered an official game. Alambakov with a very early shot. Referees looking at each other, and it's just going to be called a goal kick. I think they were looking to see if the shot may have been deflected by a defender. Goal kick given. Clouds getting darker and darker as they loom over this beautiful Bermuda grass field. It will, the field will love the rain, less so the players. The Hagerstown Hawks in the second half, wearing the all black, are shooting towards the goal on the left side. Howard, in their white and red striped jerseys, are going towards the right with Cargbo. Long shot, and it's off the hand of Blazes and into the goal. And he just unloaded on that one as Minabine Kagira Cargbo scores his second of the game and his fifth of the season. That shot from about 30 yards out, and Blazes just never had a chance at it. 6-0 Howard. Hagerstown immediately goes backwards, and a foul is called as a collision between Kerr and Gwinnett. Both players down. Gwinnett back on his feet, trying to walk it off. Kerr gives the thumbs up, says he's okay too. So in a game like this, it's health that becomes the most important part of it. Glad to see that both players are not going to be worse for the wear. Long ball through. Mansour gets control of it, cuts it inside. Knocked to the ground, but a good play there by the Hagerstown defense as they are able to get that off of Mansour's feet. Coach Dragunov telling him, instead of trying to just weave your way around, just take the shot early when you have the opportunity. Kerr to Lambakov, who has just been a menace down the sideline of Hagerstown. They're not even bothering to guard him at that point, just leaving him out in the corner because they know if they come out too far on him, he'll just cut it inside and be in an even more dangerous spot. Meza, good control. Wood to Vanderpool. Back to Wood. Under pressure. And a foul is called on the Dragons as Kerr went in a little bit too hard with his shoulder. Vanderpool clears it wide. Finds Hilaris. And it looks like the ball went right into his face as Raul Castro looks like he took that one pretty hard and is not feeling well. his teammates concerned. I do believe I see some smiles, maybe even some laughs from the Dragon players, so perhaps that means that he is okay to go, and that is the case. Castro with a wry smile on his face, even a chuckle, and he's good to go. Drop ball, and Hagerstown will hit it forward. Mezzo tries to backheel it to himself. Alambakov all the way back to play some defense, covering for Kamaga, who had been pushed up. Denor taken away. Fields backs him up. Long ball forward. Mansour runs onto it. He's got control. One dribble around, takes a shot. Goal! Mahmoud Mansour scores his 8th goal of the season. And just a fantastic play by him to control the ball, take a dribble around his defender, and get that shot early, as Coach Dragunov had instructed him to earlier when he was unable to do so. This time, takes full advantage of the opportunity, and Howard now ahead 7-0. Dragons take the throw in quickly. Mansour just plays it back, and Howard once again just showing good patience in their build-up. Now it's Alambakov, who sees space in front of him. Outside of the foot, pass to Kerr. Kerr crosses to Mansour. He whiffs on the shot. Denor tries again. Pass to the middle. Pass the side. Denor. Step over. Lays it off to Mayambo. He'll take it to the line. Passes it. Mansour. He'll try an off-balance shot, and that will sail high, as he just couldn't quite get his feet under him the right way. And that will give Hagerstown an opportunity to bring in Brian Gabordzi once again, as he replaces Gwinnett. Blazes just hits a backspinning hit up into the air, not very far, and now Howard once again will take control after the initial bounce. Lambakov gets around Staley. Left-footed cross. Nobody there for either team. Denor a little bit slow to get there, and eventually Vanderpool just again does the safe move of just hitting it out of play. Dragons in no particular rush, as Kerr will head to the near side corner to take this. Kamaga is short. Will be played. Kamaga who's going to cross it. Mansour tried to volley it. Blazes does a good job of just coming out and taking it. And the ball just awkwardly fell to Mansour, kind of in between heading it and kicking it, and ended up hitting it in the midsection. Slide tackle by Staley. Alambakov gets it back. Giving away to Block. But Block just nobody ahead to pass to. Kerr plays it through to a wide open Denor. Denor tries to get to the middle, hit away by Petty. Denor takes a shove in the back. The two players are going at it, and Denor unable to keep it in. There's a quick throw into Vanderpool. Meza comes up hobbling a little bit. Kerr. Long cross. Mansour almost had an opportunity to just tap it into the net. Blazes Aaron there just in time to snatch it away from him. Fight down the far side as it looked like Carlos Reyes was taking pressure all the way down, and ultimately the ball just goes out for a goal kick. Reyes, another one of those flexible players. He's played defense, he's played midfield, even played in some goalkeeper when asked to. In a season where the Dragons are not really plentiful on numbers, especially after some key injuries to their midfield, particularly from Joshua Martinez, Didier Estrada. It's been tough for Howard to really get a consistent lineup, and have just sort of had to have people be flexible and what they can do for the team. Denor back heels it to Kagura. Header by Mansour, just not really hit well by either the offense or defense. And Kamago will allow it to just roll out. Mayambo takes a kick to the calf. Hagerstown with a chance. Block. Did not see his teammate. Now tries to go for the through ball. And by then, Hilaris had already had to stop his run. And I believe that is the first time all game long that goalkeeper Gabriel Viteri has actually touched the ball. Alamakov plays it through to Kargbo. Slide tackle by Staley, and it is going to be a foul called on the Dragons. I believe the Hagerstown coaching staff was trying to get the referee's attention that there is an injured player. Hagerstown ends up crossing the ball to the injured player, Meza, who's trying to play through it. Meza trying to fight through Mayambo. Long ball by Fields. Headed away by Vanderpool. Mayambo picks it up. Alamakov to the corner and can't catch that one. Zamora will come into the game as Mansour will take a break, and for Hagerstown, Gwinnett will come back into the game as Meza will take a break. Blazes. Dangerous pass across. Petty Able to slide it over to Vanderpool. Howard just has the Hawks pinned right now. Hilaris tries to hold off Kamaga. Ayala there to help him out. "30 minutes left to play," which means just 10 minutes left for that magic number of 70 minutes played for it to be an official game in case that weather storm does come through. Alamakov, he'll take an off-balance shot that goes so wide of the net that it doesn't even go out for a goal kick. Gwinnett tried to clear it out. Gets a second chance at it. Hagerstown just struggling to get out of their own corner. Now Howard is starting to finally back off a little bit. Long ball up to Gabordzi. And Kamaga just takes away from Bryce Black, who just had no chance to take on the entire Howard defense by himself. Ayala making a run out of the defensive line. He's trying to take a shot at getting into the offensive zone. Gabordzi in the middle of the field. He's got some room. Closed down once again. Berzio. Just seems like there are more Dragons than Hawks out on the field right now, as the Dragon players are just flying around. And that will go out of play for a goal kick. Maybe a throw-in. Not sure what the referee is signaling there. And it's going to be out for a throw-in. Vanderpool throws short to Petty. Gwinnett across his own goal. And Balestri hits it out. But again, Kamaga is there to take it away. This time it's Wood for Hagerstown. And now Gabordzi trying to counter for Hagerstown. And Gabordzi just panics under the pressure and passes it to the ball boy on the sideline. Mora looks like he may have used his hand to knock that down. No call by the referee. Mora slips, trying to make a move. This time he collects and does the same move without the slipping. Denora gets the ball, flips it to himself. Shot blocked. Corner kick for Howard. Cross in, and it looked like Ayala got a touch on the short hop, but it went wide. Starting to see a few raindrops coming down. Blazes across to Petty. Plays it well behind Vanderpool. He's in a lot of trouble. Gives it back to Petty. And Petty has no choice but to just hit it out the sideline. Quick throw by Howard. Mayambo pulls it away. Takes the contact. Howard plays through it with advantage. Kerr into the box. Blazes. Snags it away. Quick throw out. Gabordzi. He's got a head of steam. And taken away beautifully by Cargbo. Ayala to Cargbo. And that's given away. Block with a chance. Tries to get it to Gabordzi and just doesn't quite hit the mark. Pass across, and that is knocked away once again by Balestri, and Howard would take yet another corner kick, their 10th corner of the contest. Headed away by Staley. Alamakov will take a second try. This one going for the back post. Sails well high of anyone of human height. Kerr, first two on that one. Cargbo jumps up for the second one, but it is Hagerstown that gets possession. Plays it back. Gwinnett plays it back to Balestri. And that pass again forward just couldn't quite connect. And this one is going back, and Cargbo tried to turn and go with it. Just didn't quite get the calming touch that he was looking for. Mora. Kerr is under pressure from block. Kerr will just go forward with it. Still Kerr. Dribbles past a few. And he will now get it off his foot. This is Alamakov. Cuts inside. Cargbo was right there. Just couldn't get a touch on it. Out for another goal kick. And a substitution for Hagerstown, if the referee will see it. And there it is. So Meza will return. Glad to see he is well enough to continue in this contest. And Nick Vanderpool, who has put in a day's worth of work to try to hold down Howard, will get a well-earned rest. Blazes. Headed out by Mora. And Dragon's teammate said leave the ball as it was going out of bounds, not realizing that his own teammate had touched it. Now quick throw in for Hagerstown, Gabordzi. And he's forced to go backwards. Meza. Kerr gets through the Hagerstown midfield, now tries to play Denora through on the through ball too much. And a foul there by Mora, and just came in just a little too hard on Wood. And the referee will have a conversation with Mora. And I agree with him. There's no reason for a foul that hard in this situation. Referee wisely just has a little talk with him. Mora nods his head in approval of the statement. So we are now under 20 minutes left in this contest. Hagerstown trying to get the forward through block, given away by Cargbo, intercepting it, and now he's going to try to go the other way. Slide tackle by Staley, misses it. Alamakov gives it to Tenor. Tenor is in on goal, blazes, comes off his line and snags it away. So the rain is starting to come in pretty heavy here, as I imagine this game will not make it the entire 90 minutes, but at least we have reached that magic number to make it a complete game. And with that, a yellow card has been given to the Dragons. Excuse me. A yellow card is given to Hagerstown as Berzio and with that, lightning has been seen in the area within the range, and we are saying that it is a complete game here in Columbia, Maryland. Thank you all for watching today's game. Dragons will take the game 7-0 over Hagerstown Hawks. Again, Howard's next game will be against Anne Arundel on Thursday at 4 p.m.